Hello everybody, this week's Learning Along with Lynn is going to be about CRM. Most of you know I've got a course coming up in a couple of weeks time, and it's about CRM, why your business needs one, and also email marketing and how to use MailChimp for it. Some people have been a bit confused about what CRM is, so I wrote a bit of a post about it because I don't have a website yet because I haven't built it. So I wrote a bit of a post on it on my Learn Along with Lynn page, but I just wanted to expand more on it in today's Web Wednesday. Okay, so there's a business principle called the Pareto principle, and you may have heard it before, but it talks about 80% of your results coming from 20% of your actions, and it's the 80-20 rule. So it is actually a defined principle that 80% of your sales come from 20% of your products, and 80% of your sales are made by 20% of your sales staff, if you've got any. 80% of your profits come from 20% of your customers, and 80% of your profits come from 20% of the time that you spend. So it means that for some reason there's a waste of our 80% of time. But anyway, 80% of complaints come from 20% of your customers. Yeah, over the years I've kind of learned that from experience. And 80% of your complaint handling time is used up by 20% of the complaints, so it means they're always the bigger complaints that take up the most time. But I want to concentrate on this. 80% of your profits come from 20% of your customers. Now, customers, 20% of them customers are the happy people who will tell everyone how wonderful you are, and they will come back time and time again. But there are people out there who are just waiting to be touched to come back again. So I would like to introduce you to, I'm dragging the windows around, a CRM. So basically a CRM is a way of keeping customer records. Yeah? So a customer record, if you don't keep customer records, then you really should start. And CRM just means customer relationship management. Now, if you have customers and your customers have been and bought and purchased from you, then they will have cost you something in marketing, or cost you something in adverts, or cost you something in networking time to get them as a customer. Why not keep them happy? And the way to keep them happy is to know what they want, to know what they bought, and know what they like. So all a CRM is, even if you just use a spreadsheet, it just helps you know where people come into the customer cycle. So if you're selling silk ties and you think, well, they bought a silk tie, they won't want another silk tie. Well, actually, they might love your product and want to give it as a gift to someone else, but you're never going to know that if you don't keep some records on that person. So a basic CRM would be the first name and the second name, what their email address is. You might need to know what the physical address is, and what they bought and what date they purchased. And then maybe just if you've got a comments box or something that you know from that customer, is it might be a wife who's purchased a silk tie for their husband. Their anniversary might be a couple of days before the date purchased. So would it not be a good idea to go back to them next year on the 14th of February, whatever the date is, and say, hey, last year you bought this gorgeous silk tie. We hope you were really happy with it. Do you think you might want to buy another one this year? And it's just about reaching out to your customers and keeping that relationship going. And you can only really do that if you've got records, if you actually have their email address. Even better if you keep it all in one place. Now, CRM is it's not just about your existing customers, it is also about trying to find new sales leads. So you might have met people out and about. So your first name, your second name, where you met, when you met, and what need they had. Someone might have, in my example, a domain name that they're paying a lot of money to GoDaddy for, and they say, oh yeah, I've just renewed my sorry, I shouldn't really say GoDaddy, but anyway, I've just renewed my domain name and it cost me 36 quid. Oh, hang on. If you want to come over to me, I'll only charge you a tenner. So you discuss what that need is and you make a note, and if that domain name needs renewing on the 1st of February, then you go to them at the 1st of January and say, hey, do you want to move over to me before you have to pay an awful lot of money? Or whatever it is. But you will only know that if you keep records of who your leads might be and what they need. That's the ultimate. and who your customers are and what they did and what they might need again. So a basic CRM spreadsheet would be something like that. I'll put a link to it because it's just something I've built, so I will put a link to it. But I'd like to show you my favourite spreadsheet, and I'd like to show you my favourite tool, and my favourite tool is HubSpot, and it's what I'm going to be teaching on. So this is me, and obviously it's so I don't give any details away. So this HubSpot allows me to keep all them customer records that I want, but it doesn't keep them in spreadsheet form. It allows me to keep it in a readable form. So I know that I've got a to-do coming up, and I've got a to-do coming up at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, and it's a task that I need to complete for this person. So that is, this woman's website name is due tomorrow at 8. What should I do? Right, well, let's click on that. That's what I need to do. So why don't I do something with it? So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to email this person, and I'm going to say website renewal or domain name renewal. Type something brilliant. Hello, you need me right now. And then I'm going to hit send, and I'm going to create a follow-up task for 5 days. That I need to do something with that. And look what happens in my tasks. In 5 days' time, okay, it's not in that one. It'll be in that one, but I'm not opening that because you can see what all the tasks are, and I'll give stuff away that I shouldn't be giving away. But what it does is when I look at my customer record, I can see all the interactions I've had with this particular customer. Yeah? Everything I've done going all the way back to when this person first came to my notice in 2016. And I've got every record, and it's all here in front of me. And it's fab, and I can run reports on it. And this is all free. HubSpot is brilliant, trust me. But if you're not into that sort of stuff, like me, you don't want to know when they visited your website and how many times they've looked at your pages. I've looked at my website quite a lot, and I've looked at quite a lot of pages as well, as you would imagine. You can just keep a basic CRM, because you need a CRM. I don't care whether you're selling silk ties or £50,000 wedding packages, you need a CRM. So that's this week's Web Wednesday. I'll leave a link to that basic spreadsheet. Please do remember that we haven't got an awful lot of time left if you want an early bird discount on my course. And do consider this, because it really is something you need in your business, no matter what you do. And I can show you how to set this up for yourself and use a fantastic customer record. Or I will quite literally put a link to this. I'll make it public. And I'll put a link to this, and you can use that if you wish. Okay? Don't forget, when you do, just make a copy of it. Right? Which you do by going to Basic CRM, opening it from the link, File, yeah, make a copy of, and save it to wherever you're going to save it. Because kind of if you don't, I will see what I create, because you'll be using my document, I'll see what you're putting in the records. So that's kind of what you need to do. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this week's Web Wednesday. Got any questions, let me know. You do need a CRM though, and no matter how you keep your records, this is something that you definitely need. So, thank you, and toodaloo.